Hello viewers, welcome to the Fast Profits Daily. Myself Brijesh Bhatia. For consecutive months now, Nifty has been trading in a range, largely between 15,900 950 on the higher scale and 15,450 15,500 on the lower scale. Surprisingly, this is the narrowest range for last 2 months we have seen in terms of percentage as well. So nearly 3% range on the Nifty is the narrowest we have seen in times now. What traders should do? Are we forming the top, or it's just a pause before the rally? Well, I think we are in a sign of distribution, it seems. So first chart I want to show here is the distribution chart or the Wyckoff theory on Nifty chart. So if you look at the chart over here, we started in May with a rally, or probably end of April we started with a rally till mid of June. I would say start of June, the first week of June. There was a rally which indicated the buying climax, and generally when the buying climax happens, the fear of missing out is very high. And we have done this video in our proven trading setups on discussing the distribution theory of Wyckoff. In case you missed those, do watch it. Then it went into the consolidation. We saw upthrust twice, and when we hit the new all-time high of 14,960, it formed a fake out. And basically, what is fake out is fake out generally forms when the prices break the higher high or the range and comes back into the range with stronger volumes. And that what happened into the Nifty. We made a high, we came back very strongly onto the downside. Now, if you look at the AR, the automatic uh, reaction level, which was around 15,450, held very strongly because the previous support of 15,431 high is still holding out. We saw a couple of downtick over 15,630, 650. Back into the last week, we hit 15,500 and around 500 levels, and that was the strong conviction that we are into the distribution. We had a gap area, we retested those gap area, forming the last point of supply, and we backed onto the downside. Yes, we still are trading at around 15,800 levels, just shy of all-time high, a percent away from all-time high. But I think this is slightly skeptical that the markets are not giving strong sign of bullish momentum, because last 2 months, look at the momentum, the large caps have done nothing. But what could go wrong is, let's look at what here the other angles are showing. So if you look at second chart, we have seen RSI, which is generally the relative strength index. We have seen three highs over there. I have just marked 1, 2, and 3. At the same time, when highs were made, RSI was making lower highs, the 1, 2, which is generally the negative divergence over here. That gave me second instance where these things are not going good for Nifty. Third, look at the Heikin-Ashi chart over here. And this is again the weekly chart. Don't look at the day. I'm looking at the weekly on the slightly broader picture. Look at the rally, and most of the dojis are formed. And most of the dojis are formed during the exhaustion sign. And this is definitely an exhaustion on the Nifty. And even if you look at the weekly in the lower panel, the RSI giving the negative divergence. Again, a sign of risk over here. The fourth and most important chart, look at the Bollinger Band. The Bollinger Band is squeezing like anything, and this is the lowest level we have seen in 2019. This squeeze in the sense of the middle line, the deviation of 1.5% upside and deviation of 1.5% lower downside was last seen in May June 2019, and this is since 2.5 years we are witnessing the same range happening. Look at the upper band. When markets were trending higher, the upper band made a high of around 16,057, and that is what level I would be looking at in case the bullish momentum emerges. Till 16,057 is not breached, I would say it is a sign of cautious, and markets are not looking healthy at current point of time. Though I'm not looking that the primary trend has changed, but definitely the short term trend is in danger at current point of time, and I won't be surprised if we see lower levels of around 15,300, 15,000 level, or probably 14,960. That is the level which I am eyeing. And again, this structure would only negate once we cross 16,057, which is the Bollinger Band high. And if you look at the previous over year, the 15,778 high, markets are not convincingly going higher above that. We saw a couple of times 15,850, 15,900, but they are hovering around the similar levels. And these high generally plays a key resistance level. Even if you look at the historically or not on Nifty, on any asset class, the Bollinger Band highs are very, very stronger when you see a huge broadening happening. So I think we are certainly forming a short-term top over here. Till 16,057 is not taken out, I would avoid longs at current point of time and look for a short opportunities. Definitely, I would say again the primary trend is not yet changed. So this is just a short term aspect for next 2 to 3 months. I think markets might see a dip towards 15,300 and 15,000 levels onto the downside. So sign of cautious at current point of time of Nifty. In case we breach 16,057, that could be a range expansion. And if in case the volumes increase, the volume expansion can be also expected only once this 16,057 is taken out. So remember this level of 16,057 and look at your current positions creating. And again, I'm not looking from an investment point of view. This is purely from a trading point of view, where some downtick can happen. And even derivative structure for last couple of months, we are witnessing 16,000 is acting as a huge resistance. So in case these levels are crossed, we might see the call writers coming onto the covering their position, so which might take again Nifty to higher levels. But certainly look for this level of 16,057. So thanking you. In case you are liking our videos, do comment, do share with your friends, and in case you are not have not joined my Telegram group yet, do join my Telegram group. The link is there in below in the description, and where I share the daily charts regularly, which will certainly help you out. So signing off, Brijesh Bhatia. Thank you.
Want to make potentially life-changing wealth by investing in path-breaking companies in their earlier growth phase? Then click here right now.